Hello friends, it's your girl Kelly Howard. Welcome back to my channel, Be Less Petty TV, cause most shit is not that serious. To include the way we respond to arguments, which is usually from a very childish perspective. Yeah, I said that. I'm calling y'all out because I had to call myself out this weekend. We respond to arguments, conflict, fear from a childhood perspective, especially if we haven't learned any other way, except for what we've seen growing up. I'll tell you all about it, but before I do, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click that alert button so you get a notification every single time I upload a new video. Now, what am I talking about? Well, me and my husband got into an argument this weekend, and per usual, I divorced him. I was like, it's over, I'm out, because that's how I deal with conflict. And as I'm sitting at my grandmother's gravesite, because I went there. I drove off and I went and had like this very emotional moment with my grandmother. And I'm like, Grandma, why do I keep finding myself in this place? And why am I going through this? And why am I being this way? And it kind of clicked that I was responding to conflict the way I had always seen conflict responded to. I grew up in a really big household. It was my grandma, my uncles, my aunts, my father, their children, and it was a lot of us. It probably was like 13 of us in a house at any given time, which means there was a lot of conflict. Doesn't have to be, but there was a lot of conflict. And the way I saw conflict was fuck you, I'm out. It was never really let's discuss this in a responsible and in more adult-like manner. No, it was a lot of like yelling, screaming, get the hell on. And then the resolution was never public for me. I never saw the resolve of the argument. I never saw when everything was all well, the I love yous, the I'm sorry, the I didn't mean to say that. In fact, I would just see everything back to normal. So if my dad and my grandma argued, my dad stormed out, then I'd see my dad later and everything would be fine. And that puts a certain perspective in a child's head on how conflict is had and resolved. So with my husband, I divorced his ass in a heartbeat. It's over, I'm out, bye, peace. And then I'm back an hour later like, yo, where dinner at? What's up? And he's like, dinner? You literally just divorced me. Yeah, but I wasn't serious. I was mad. I said something because I was mad. Now that's over. But that's not how it works, not for everyone. And maybe your childhood argument is a little different. Maybe it's not, fuck you, I'm out. Maybe it's, I'm gonna go retreat and not say anything at all. Maybe it's the silent treatment. Maybe it's passivity. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know what yours is, but I know mine is like, I'm out. I'm quick to fleet when I see these kind of things show up in my space. And I'm realizing that that's because that's what I saw as a young child. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy, and it sure as hell never feels good when I'm doing it. So I've been trying to deal with conflict a little differently. I even talked to my husband about it. I said, hey, I came at you from a really childish space. Instead of just dealing with the conversation at hand or saying, maybe I don't want to talk about this right now, or I'm not comfortable talking about this right now, or maybe we should get a mediator, or trying to find other resolutions, I immediately just resulted to the let's yell, I'm out the door, I'll be back in an hour. And it was unfair, and it made him feel some type of way. He really thought I was leaving. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. We just bought a house. I'm not gonna go through all that. But who knows that? Who knows that that's my way of dealing with conflict? And who wants to deal with conflict in that way? The whole goal is healthier, more connective relationships, more deeper, passionate relationships. And if this is how I'm responding to every time something doesn't feel comfortable with me, I'm probably not going to be able to create those deeper, more connected relationships. So what is your childhood reaction? What is that thing that gets you, that you react? And I bet you if you were to really take a second and think about how your parents or the people in your house responded to conflict, I guarantee you probably respond very, very similar. Yeah, something to think about, y'all. Are you responding from a childhood perspective when you are in conflict or altercations, or are you thinking about it from an adult, more higher space of how can we resolve this conflict? How can everybody walk away satisfied, or at least understood? Maybe not satisfied, but at least we can understand where each person is coming from. Yeah. No matter how you respond, it is all good. We will get better as long as we acknowledge that this is how we're doing things. Once we see it, it's impossible not to work on those petty habits. I know it's there, so I'm going to try to stop divorcing my husband, and you stop doing whatever it is you're doing too, if you want to, or not, if it works for you. Your choice. Make sure you check back tomorrow for the 30-day petty challenge update. I will be posting my second week status, and be sure to check back next week for another video. Subscribe to the channel. I love you so very much. You got this, because I got this. We got this. I'm your girl, Kelly Howard, and I will see you here again soon. Bye.
Be less petty with your time. Be less petty with your mind. Be less petty with your blame. All that petty shit is lame. Be less petty with your friends. Love first. Make amends. Be less petty with your life. Be less petty with your wife. Be less petty.